we talk awards and accolades
Let's talk
today?
awards and accolades.
Yeah. Have you won an award before, Max?
I I mean, I won awards.
This wasn't supposed to be a trick question. Could be anything. It could be like a certificate from kindergarten where you attend. I love it.
I don't know. Like awards to me are like something that other people assign to you, right? Like, um,
Because they think you're worthy of it.
yeah, I've not had many of those people in my life. Sorry, that was the most depressing thing I could think to say.
Oh no. I
No,
think
I'm pulling your leg, obviously. I don't know. Like I don't remember any sort of formal accolades, but I do. Um, but there are people who've complimented me on things. Or have in sort of more formal ways. Like I have sort of certificates that state that I did things in
Mhm.
school and stuff like that. But they're not like awards, but they are expressions of acknowledgement,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I,
guess.
it's
How
an
about you? I mean, you have actual awards.
I have a
This
few.
question is easier for
Well,
you.
let's go towards there's a different type of award that you can get. So you've got ones that peers allocate to you by review, and then you've got ones where you can sign up for, but you will always win. And
Yeah.
I'm
I have
offered,
one of those, but I feel like I've just paid for that one.
oh, you paid for that one.
I paid for one.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I've had ones where you don't have to pay. I've had a phone call from someone
Well,
saying,
I
"You won
mean,
an award, but you have to give us 600 euros to then get all the stuff with it." And I'm like, I'm not paying you for a freaking award.
well, no, I didn't pay for the award. I paid for a membership that included the reward. So everybody who had the membership would get the award.
Oh, well, that's a bit different. I haven't come across that one before. But yeah, so there's all these different types of award models out there. And
Hmm.
when so someone had posted they're a multi-award winning business. And I went, yeah, but you submitted yourself for that award and everyone who submitted won. So mm, yeah. I mean I've submitted for a couple of those just to have some sort of you go into the list of businesses that win it, so you've got at least a little bit of recognition. But yeah, it's quite interesting when I look at award winners, and what you're looking for is what the awards are behind it, because a lot of media companies use awards as a way of getting visibility for them because they want to then market their magazines and they want to sell you then a trophy and packages and all this sort of
Well,
stuff.
and also, like, to me, it is kind of reminiscent of the whole sort of best-selling author thing, right?
Mhm.
Where people use that as an accolade, and there's nothing wrong with that in essence, right? But a lot of it as well, like, and I've run programs like that, right, for co-authored books and stuff like that, and um, it's great, but it's also sort of an algorithm thing, right? Like, it's not, um, and so when a lot of people start doing it, it kind of loses a little bit of its power because people go like, oh yeah, well, but it's just a trick, right? And it is, but also we still sold the book, right? Like we still got the story out there, and we did all of those things, and I still think it has value to share in that way. But there's always this, and I came across this a lot when I ran the Feminist Entrepreneur magazine, because people would pay to submit to it,
Mhm.
and people go like, well, but that doesn't count. Like that doesn't count as media exposure because it's
Mm,
paid for, right? Like this is just a conversation I had a lot at the
yeah.
time, because people were like, yeah, but you paid for it rather than earned it. And there's this idea, I think, that people have in their mind between earned
Mm.
and and paid for, right? And I think it's a similar thing in these awards, where it's like, oh yeah, but because you did it, right? You did it, like multiple award winning business, but you just signed up for it. Like you didn't actually do anything to
Yeah.
be awarded that.
Yeah.
And I think it's an interesting sort of it's an interesting thing that we do where we dismiss it out of hand because we feel like, oh, they didn't earn it.
Yeah. Oh, totally, totally. And I think, I mean, there are a few awards that I've earned. So I was VA of the Year in Scotland in 2017. And that I was very surprised by, and it was a reviewed exercise. And I went to the event and, got announced, and I thought, oh wow, okay. And then I went into the finals in London in 2018 for the VA of the Year. Um, and the person that won it is absolutely deserving, but it was so nice to be in something where I put my name down to be in contention. So I thought, well, you've got to be in it to win it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't expecting to have won that. And I'm like, I'm very proud of that title because it was completely unexpected for me. And I enjoyed the process of being in that role, and I wanted to give back into the VA community a bit for that acknowledgement, so there was a little bit with it. And the awards are still going. They're fantastic. They're run by Virtual Assistant Coaching and Training, VACT, and it was an independent awards body that was doing it, and then it got taken over, but it's still treated as an independent, but it's managed differently.
Mm.
And it also is a way for new VAs, so they've got a novice award, to get exposure. And I think it's
Yeah.
brilliant to have that sort of
Well,
stuff.
and I think that's part of what it is, right? Like um it's not even the ones that are sort of not reviewed and all of those things. Like I think a lot of this comes down to what is your intention behind doing this and how do you then communicate about it?
Mm.
Because you said as well, like, oh, you've been in some of those awards where you just sign up for it and then you just win it.
Mhm.
And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially you said as well, like I did that as part of sort of outreach and visibility. Like that's business development. It's pure and simple, and that's great. And I think awards and those kind of things, all of it, even just putting your name forward for one that is reviewed, like I've never done that. And it's like I always daydream about what I would do if I win the lottery. It would probably help if I buy a lottery ticket. It would probably improve my chances of actually winning it.
Mm.
But that's the thing, right? Like I think a lot of times perhaps we play it too small because we're like, oh, we're never going to win it, so why even bother put my name up for it? Or and there's often a lot of form that you have to fill out, and
Yeah.
it does require a bit of work
Yeah.
to get your name on that list. um but I also think, and maybe there's an element of imposter syndrome that kind of plays into that, where you're like, oh, what I do isn't that fucking specific or
Yeah.
great or
But I
special.
there is I think there is a reason why it's good to do it. And in part because it's also you explaining it to someone else your business. So that's the form, and you've got to put some effort into submitting, and that's useful.
Mm.
Because then you've got a comparison against maybe the year before. So those sorts of things are quite useful. And also there is there is real status in some of the bigger awards. It's like some of them are nomination by someone else. And it might be that you ask someone if they would be interested in submitting you for something. There's a lot of local awards, so a lot of the councils have some form of business award. There will be national awards that are out there that do give huge exposure to the people that win them, and they are quite rigorously reviewed. So it's not one of the you submit you win type jobs, but the exposure for some of the awards can be huge for businesses. Um, but it's really it's being confident about and being willing to put yourself out there, which a lot of business owners are very scared to do. I would suggest people trying to, submitting for one of the self-reviewed awards to start with, and sort of getting into the habit of submitting for something like that.
Mm.
But knowing that they will offer you extras, they will offer you all of these extra things as part
Well,
of the, yeah.
they
And
have a business model to support as well, right?
if you want a trophy, get a trophy, but you're going to have to pay for it. You know, it's not going to be coming through the door anytime soon, but it's managing your expectations of what the awards are, but doing it anyway, because I feel like it's about building confidence to be seen.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I think a lot of people they feel like they shouldn't be submitting there, they're just not good enough for it. But um, honestly, I think winning an award makes you feel good. We talked about wins, and we do
Celebration and cake, and we talk
celebration.
about all of this stuff all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And so things like that will it'll give you something to talk about. So it'll give you some social media content. You can pop it on your website. You've got something to promote. But it also means that you've made an effort, which people will appreciate. Just be a little bit careful about when someone sort of talks about their multi-award winning business. What does that actually mean? And I think it's good to read between the lines of what accolades people have to make sure they're actually valid. Like they're not something that's instantly provided. It's something that
Oh, I mean, and like it's not that I just want to say like that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It just is a different thing from a reviewed thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just it's different, and where I would be mindful is when that is being made unclear by that person,
true. That is true.
right?
Yeah.
Like that is where I think people get into trouble, because if you're saying like if you're suggesting that the award was peer reviewed when it wasn't, then
Mm.
that is an issue. That's someone trying to manipulate you in a subtle way, right? Or not so subtle way actually, but so I think that's what you look out for. It's not so much what the award is, it's how do they communicate about the award.
That is true. Yeah, that's kind of where I was trying to get to without actually saying that very clearly as well.
Yes, that's why I am here.
Thank you, thank you. But I think it's a great topic for today, just to remind people that there are awards out there that you can apply for as a small business owner, and take the chance.